All right, students, this is the actual practice worksheet, classroom practice worksheet, where I normally give you the answers, but I just wanted to walk you through it just to make sure you see a few of the examples. So, if you'll do me a favor, hit pause, go ahead and try questions numbers 1 and 2. And when you're done, go ahead and hit play and make sure you did them right. So, here we go. All right, so it wants us to express each relation as a table, a graph, and as a mapping. Again, relations are ordered pairs, sets of ordered pairs. That's why you have the little squigglies on both sides, because that constitutes a set. And ordered pairs are coordinates x and y. So first one is going to be -2. Oh, wait, gotta grab a pen. -2 and 5. So -2, 5, -1, 1, 3, 1, -1, -2. There, table's done. What you don't want to do is you don't want to put it in order, because once you do, then you'll take it completely out of order. So you want to just pick these up and drop them right in there. All right, now we're ready to graph. Keep in mind when you're graphing, you got to remember that the x's has 3 different movements you could do. You could move left, right, and of course this is a non-movement, but stay. And then for the y, you can move up, down, and stay. Just depends whether or not it's positive, it's negative, or 0. All right, so here we go. First one is going to be -2, 5. Go to the origin, go -2 would be left 2, 1, 2. Then we're going to go up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's my first dot. Next one's going to be -1, 1. So we're going to go left 1, up 1. There's my next dot. Next one's going to be 3, 1. So I'm going to go right 3, 1, 2, 3, and then up 1 unit. Last one's going to be left 2, 1. Excuse me, left 1, 1, and then down 2, 1, 2. There is my graph. Now I'm going to do my mapping. Remember, mapping has order, and we do not want to repeat. Do not repeat. What that means is if I had 2 -2's for an x, I would only show one of them. All right, so let's see. What's the smallest one we have? The smallest one would be -2, -1, and then 3. Notice we didn't repeat the -1 twice. The next one is going to be on the y's. So let's we got a -2. We got 2 positive ones and then a 5. So we're just going to list 1 and 5. Now we want to connect our lines. So let's start with -2 goes to 5. I'm going to change the color of the lines so they're a little easier to see. -2 goes to 5. Okay, -1 goes to +1. Just like 3 goes to 1. And then -1 goes to -2. So there we go. That's what it's going to look like. Not the prettiest thing, but nobody said you had to be pretty. All right, so I'm just going to go down here and take a look at question number 2. Question number 2, we start with 5, 3, 5, 3, 4, 3, 3, 3, 2, 3, 1, 3. All right. So now we're going to graph these guys. Let's do 5, 3 over 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up 3, 1, 2, 3. There's my first dot. Okay, then I'm going to do 4, 3. 2 to the right, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, up 3. Now I'm going to do 3, 3 over 1, 2, 3, 3. Can you see what's happening? Then you're going to do 2, 3, 2, and 3. And then finally 1 and 3. So now we're going to go ahead and put everything in order. I like putting things in numerical order from smallest to biggest. So the smallest was 1, and then it went to 2, and then it went to 3, and then it went to 4, and then finally it went to 5. But did you notice all of these went to the same number? Which is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. So here we go. Again, I'm just going to change my color so you could follow along a little bit closer. That goes to this. This goes to this. This goes to this. This goes to this. And this goes to this. There you go. It's pretty simple. Okay, here comes the last part of the worksheet. Questions 3, 4, and 5. If you'll do me a favor, go ahead and read the directions and try them yourself. Put me on pause. Once you finish, go ahead and try, or not try, come back and check to see if your answers are correct. I'll wait. Okay, for question number 3. Domain is the set. Let's write this out. Domain is the set of all x coordinates from a relation. Okay, so that means I just need all the x's. So let's look at all the x's. If I'm looking closely, here's my x's right here. So what I want to do is I want to pull all these numbers right here, but only where the graph exists. So only those numbers, only where the graph exists. So if that's the case, then my domain is, here we go, where's my little squiggly? Everything from 0 all the way to 4, including the 4s and the 0. There's my domain. Now I want to do my range. So for my range, I want everything where this line exists only on the y-axis. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to say, all right, well, if that's the case, then what I want is everything. Remember, it is a set. So I want everything from 0 all the way up to 4, including the 0 and the 4 for all my y's. Okay, is this a function? Okay, for the vertical line test, I'm going to go ahead and get a straight edge. So I have a little ruler right here I could pick. And here's how the vertical line test works. All I have to do is run this ruler from left to right and look at the black line, which is called the graph. Not the Cartesian coordinate system, which is the XY axis, but the actual graph that's on the XY axis. If I run this ruler from left to right, you'll notice it's only touching the line one time everywhere. Only once. And even when I get there, it's only touching it once. Since it only touched it once everywhere, then the answer is yes, it is a function. And again, the reason it's a function is because each domain value is paired with exactly one range value. So each domain and again, domain being all the x's, is paired. Ooh, boy, that really went wrong. Is paired with exactly one range. Value. Okay, that's the reason it is a function. Now, for question number 4, a little bit more interesting, we're going to have to pull out the ordered pairs so we can actually see them. I really only have 2 x's, an 8 and a 9. So let's go ahead and open up my little brace and say, well, I only got 2 numbers, 8 and 9. But for my range, I have -3. Oh, I don't like the way they wrote this. This is going to drive me insane. Okay, let's do it right. Sorry, guys. Pet peeve of mine. Negative. It's always in order. Supposed to be always in order. So we're going to do -9, -6, -4, -3. And that's going to be my range. Now, this is going to be just a little bit harder to see because I can only be paired up with 1 at a time. So if the 8 goes to the 3, then the 8 should only go to the 3, and it should not give you any other answers other than -3. But you notice the 8 goes to the -4. Okay, same thing. The 8 also goes to the -9. So for one value of an X domain, you do not have exactly one value of a range, which is a Y. Therefore, this is a no. And for a good answer, you could say that both the domain values are paired with more than one range value. So both the 8 and the 9. So both domain values are paired with more than one range value. All right. So finally, we're at number 5. So number 5, we're just going to take these and we're going to throw them in a brace. And of course, Mr. Pedro likes orders, so the smallest one is 0, and then it goes to 1, and then it goes to 2, and that's it, because the other ones are just repeats. Okay, so for my range, I'm going to repeat the same process. I'm going to look for the smallest one. Looks like they're already in order. So 4 to 5 to 6 to 7 and to 8. Is it a function? Well, 1 only goes to 4. 1 doesn't go. Oh, wait. 1 also goes to 7. So this would be a not. So no. And again, it's no because you have 2 domain values are paired with 2 range values. So you have 1 repeats. Okay, and that is the end of this worksheet. I hope you understood it. If you have any questions or comments, shoot me an email.